Hello and welcome to TSJ TV. I am the sports jock. In case you didn't know, now you know. And first of all, I really need to apologize. I know I've been away for the past month and a half. A lot has been happening. Super Rugby, Six Nations, South Africa versus Australia Test Series. But yeah, I've just been getting I've just been getting through some stuff, nothing personal or nothing malicious or nothing sad. I've just been sorting out some stuff. I'm back on the grind now again. I'm back on channel, I'm back in front of the camera, and I'm back to hear what you have to say about anything and everything that is sport related. If you haven't subscribed, please do so now. If you haven't, please do hit that subscribe button now and stay tuned and keep up with whatever we have to discuss here on TSJ TV. South Africa wrapped up that 4-match test series between them and Australia. A lot happened. Yes, a lot happened with the Stairs Gate, a lot happened with the Sandpaper Gate, Rabada having to speed dial one of the most renowned lawyers in the country, Dr. Dalimpofu, advocate Dalimpofu. I needed to correct myself there. Coming out and making sure he plays in the 3rd and 4th test match. What we saw from the Proteas is something that really pleased me. I was there when Otis Gibson was announced as the Proteas captain. I was there for his first press conference. Just the way he spoke about the team buying into whatever ideas he has. He spoke about the team having one foot or one eye at the Cricket World Cup next year. He spoke about senior players and their importance in that side. He spoke about him making sure that those senior players are with him up or even thereafter the Cricket World Cup, and be involved in all 3 formats of the game to be considered for any format rather, instead of one player opting for this and one player opting for that. He wants his full squad ready for him whenever they want to play. And boy, did they play against Australia. Most notably because at the beginning of the series we were talking whether they'd go with 4 seamers and the 5th bowler being Keshav Maharaj and going with 6 batters, but that was going to be a bit tricky with the consideration of the South African top order and their miseries of late and how they just collapse at times. So that batting lineup needed to be stretched as far as possible, which meant Tinus de Bruin was brought into the side to ply his trade. Given 2 test matches, the first one and the second one. We saw glimpses. I think he scored 30 or 40 odd runs that he really looked positive. He really looked like a man who wanted to put up his hand and show selectors that if there's to be any opening in the months to come, because South Africa are touring Sri Lanka for 2 test matches, then certainly he should be up for reckoning. The latter side or the latter part of the test series, Themba Bavuma came back, failed in the 3rd test match, but 4th test match, 95 not out. 95. I mean, to bounce back, yes, you are out because of injury, and prior to that you had to sit out because the team needed to go with 5 bowlers against Zimbabwe. But he bounced back, he hit the ground running, scored 95 not out, ran out of players. But what I really liked about the top order is that key batters, whenever they got in, they made sure they stayed and let everybody. And I know this is a cliche in cricket, but it's very important for any batting lineup to have at least ichaphe eyi-1 ezawuhlala fondeni exhathise kwelayo icala, izawuqinisekisa into yobana wonke omnye umuntu ozongena enkundleni uzawuthi ncapha kuye. Kwenzeke njalo kuMzantsi Afrika, sibonile iqela lapha ekhaya, ngakumbi la madoda noko selejonge ukuthatha imihlala phantsi, ngoba ke besijonge kuwo into yobana ngangawo anothatha uxanduva libeke iqela labo phaa phezulu. Ndithetha njengoHashim Amla, Faf du Plessis, AB de Villiers, Vernon Philander, Moni Morkel, nangelishwa lakhe ke nangona engadlalanga uDale Steyn. Lo madoda lawo bekubalulekile into yobana baziphakamise ngokumdlalo, baziphakamise njengabadlali beqakamba babonakalise nabo balibele into bana badume ngantoni. AB de Villiers usiqale kuye ngoba ke siyayazi he's a man who easily changes the game, and so did he do that now in this series so many times, where he walked to the surface and he was able to just inject pace, walked to the wicket and didn't care about the mood or the situation at hand. Yes, he's aware if perhaps, like it happened, losing 2 wickets before reaching 100 runs, but what was key for him is that he walked to the wicket after 30-35 odd overs, meaning the ball is not doing much except for that reverse swing that the Aussies were looking for at times. But yeah, he would walk to the wicket and go about his business. We saw some of the great shots that he has up his sleeves, and I was thoroughly impressed to see him and the attitude he brought to the side, and the attitude he had behind the stumps, in the slip cordon, at gully, wherever he fielded. He made sure that his energy sort of went down to the team, and everybody bought into the team culture that was kind of missing at times in the past year or so. But the attitude that I saw from the South Africans, or the Proteas, Standard Bank Proteas, during this Australian series was something that really, really pleased me. Moving to the bowlers. Oh man, what a bowler, what a man, what a young man to, in such a short time have the numbers that he has and the greats that he's been, rallied up or tallied up against, certainly shows. And those who doubted his ability, I'm sure that it's a very, very small number who doubted his abilities, but he's really, really coming of age, and he is at such a young age. But Ngidi as well. I liked what Otis Gibson did. I liked the fact that he was able to sit down Morne Walker for a match and see what Ngidi had up his sleeves, or what he wanted to bring to the party, and boy did he do that. He may have not picked up 5 wickets, or the wickets that he managed to pick up against India, but he really gave selectors and Otis Gibson and everybody who follows South African cricket hopes that in months or perhaps years to come, he will be able to step up and fill a role. 3 seamers I went with: Vernon Philander. Oh man, the last test match, and he just bamboozled the Australians in that opening session on day 5, where they perhaps probably would have thought they would take it deep into the second session, and perhaps get into the third session with 3 or 4 wickets still in the bag, and who knows from then. I mean, we saw what New Zealand did to England. Whenever you take the match that deep, you sort of give yourself an opportunity to draw that match, but it didn't happen like that. Vernon Philander, I don't know what he had for breakfast, but I suggest he has it every single time, even though at times I say he must stay away from the pudding, but and that is usually a joke. But whatever he had that morning seemed to have worked, and just the lines that he managed to bring to Faf du Plessis and his tactics as a captain, because you may have all these fast bowlers, but you need to know how to use them, and he used them perfectly throughout the series, and which is what put them in a very, very good position. The key thing about Vernon Philander is that he always puts you in 2 minds as a batter. Always. And I think we saw a very fine example of that in that first session on day 5, where most of the middle order, Aussie middle order, were getting caught behind, nicking it behind, and one of them, he knew to a tail-ender, the first thing you do is bowl, as in fact a tail-ender, the first thing you're thinking of is survive the first ball, so let me just leave it. He knew exactly what he was going to do. Pitches outside off stump, drags it back in, or jags it back in and hits the off stump and gets it cartwheeling, in fact. That's the thought process he has in his mind. The ability to make sure the batter is in 2 minds with every single delivery that he bowls to. He doesn't bowl waste deliveries, Vernon Philander, and he didn't bowl any waste deliveries in that morning as well, which is why he was richly rewarded for his efforts. And congratulations to him for reaching 200 wickets. Congratulations to Morne Walker on reaching 300 wickets, who himself announced his retirement after the series, and we saw some of Monemoko's greatest spells, you know, in the series. His ability to also bring the ball instead of that outside channel closer to the batter and make the batter play. Got a couple of LBW shouts and was successful in that as well. So I was pretty happy for him in that manner, that he was able to bounce out and bounce off in fine fashion like he did. And what a spell, and what a spell in Cape Town, walking away with 9 wickets. So congratulations to you, Monemoko. Congratulations again to Aiden Markram for reaching 1,000 runs in his first season, international season. Played against Bangladesh, Zimbabwe, India and Australia. At times he was tested, at times his outside or his ability to leave the ball outside of stump was questioned, but a man who can bounce back at that short space is a man who shows signs of wanting to learn his game. Sorry, a player who is wanting to learn his game and understand his game and understand what the bowler is thinking as well, which only is work done behind the scenes that not you and I will be privileged to see. Congratulations to the Proteas as well, and Faf du Plessis. They played a great game of Test cricket throughout. Yes, they went down first Test match, but the key moment that still is on everybody's lips is that they were able to, in that second innings of the first Test match, able to bounce back and fight a bit, because they had an opportunity, or they saw an opportunity for themselves, needing I think it was 118 odd runs behind, and this and this and that, and that partnership between Aiden Markram and Quinton de Kock giving them some sort of hope, but that didn't come about. But what they took out of that innings certainly helped them for the entire series and made sure they win this Test series 3-1 against Australia. I was just not happy for Faf du Plessis, but I was happy for the team itself, because they look like a settled side. They look like a side that has bought into a system from Otis Gibson and the new management that he has, and it's certainly working for them. And well, it's going to be a wait. It's going to be a long wait, a couple of months until we see them again when they take on Sri Lanka in July. I don't see any changes between now and then. Maybe perhaps they'll bring in a spinner because they're playing in Sri Lanka. But kudos to South Africa. Congratulations to all the players who reached milestones, and congratulations to the Proteas itself for winning for the first time at home against Australia. Barring everything that happened, it was good cricket from both sides. Pat Cummins on his side as well pitched up with his pace and persistent line outside of stump, which caused South Africa many problems. Mitchell Starc, yes, South Africa was able to nullify him in that second session or first or second Test match, where he was then questioned, or he was forced to change his line and change his thinking, and when the ball is not doing anything, proven very not so effective. When that ball is not doing anything, or rather when it's moving lateral, nothing happens for him. But thumbs up from me, a performance that I'll give 8 out of 10 for South Africa, because there were at times where I felt like they're collapsing, but they were able to win those matches. That's what's important. Bowlers pulled through together, batters pulled through together, and they won the series. My side, 8 out of 10. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you'd give them out of 10. Maybe it's a 5 from you, perhaps for some odd reason, but tell me what you would give South Africa for the performance that they gave, or they showed here at home against Australia in that 4 Test match series. Subscribe, tell your friends, tell whoever who doesn't know that there is a sports channel, YouTube channel here in South Africa for anything related to sport, banter, perhaps a bit of sledging at times, but we keep it in the line, even though the line is still questionable, but keep it within parameters, and let's not take away, or let's not just say whatever we want to say in the sake of saying whatever you want to say. But thank you very much. Please do subscribe. Until then, from my side, the Sports Joker, thank you very much. Yaman.